Well, folks, in today's video, we're going to be finally restoring the quite possibly cursed Bachmann Acela Express. If you guys have been watching this channel for a while, you know exactly what happened to it. It flew off the layout and smashed all over the floor. And I was pretty sure at that moment, when I heard it hit the floor, that it was done for. But amazingly, the body actually survived. Unfortunately, all the cosmetic details went everywhere, so I've been hunting for those everywhere, but I've located the majority of the parts, so we can put this thing mostly back together. And at this point, it's kind of just a cut your losses type of thing, because honestly, I didn't think it was going to survive. So the fact I've got this much is fair enough. So we'll start to put it back together, and yeah, I think maybe we'll have a fine engine. The only part I was not able to locate completely was the, whoops, there goes the windows. The only part I was not able to locate completely was the other pantograph. I still have not been able to find that, unfortunately. I have no idea where it went. I've looked in all the spots, but, I mean, if you guys were watching the live stream where this thing came off the layout, like, the parts literally went everywhere, and I think it's because it hit head first. The force went up through the locomotive, and, unfortunately, did some damage. I'm gonna get these front windows back in. I'm just gonna hold those until the crazy glue, or CA, dries. Everything about crazy glue, it really, or super glue, I can't remember which, it dries really quickly. So those are in now, and we'll just put that there for now. A little bit more glue here. Probably figure out which window this actually goes to before I go gluing it. Yep, that's the right one. I think it is. Yeah, there we go. It's in. I just need to get the one on the other side in. There it is. I don't know where this part goes. That'll be fun to figure out. Okay. Some ways it's probably good that the adhesive just let go, because I think the shell probably would have cracked had it not had so much give. I mean, this thing actually stretches quite a bit, so when it hit, it must have just kind of, everything kind of just popped. Another thing I noticed about this engine, this is a little unusual, the door is open on it. And I noticed this when I opened it, because I noticed it had these springs behind it. So that's just something I thought was a little bit interesting. That's a detail I had no clue about. Alright. It's good to see it with, I have not seen this engine with windows for a really long time, so it's nice to see it with windows again. So that's looking pretty good. I'm not sure if I should stick this on until the end. I think I will. And we need to figure out where all these lights go. Okay, I'm pretty sure these lights, these are the ones that, these are the lights when it's going in reverse. Yeah, that looks right. These ones go on the outside. So, how do I want to glue this? Okay, I think I'm just going to stick some glue right around the areas that are not shown on the outside. Doesn't need much. Just notice actually the corner of the window there does have a scuff on it. It's chipped out, but it didn't crack. Now these lights, okay, so these are the two headlights right there, and then they also are the ditch lights, and they all get their light from this kind of unusual light module. little more more glue on the locomotive lights, just to make sure that they're actually quite secure in there. Just going to apply a little more glue to some of the areas. It's on the inside of the locomotive, so it doesn't really matter. You're never going to see it. So, yeah, we've got all the details in. It's looking pretty good in my opinion. Now we're going to try to get it back over the frame, which is going to be interesting because I took this, I got the shell off of it for the first time since it had been in the accident. And it was quite unusual, you could say, to get it on. Yeah, okay, there we go. There's our engine. Guess this part just pops on. Yep. Well, other than the missing pantograph, I'd say that's looking pretty good. I still don't know where this thing goes. Maybe it goes on the bottom or something. I don't know. Somebody in the comments will know. But this was definitely with all the other parts, so I'm confident it's part of this engine. It's like the same shade of gray and everything. But yeah, I don't know where it goes. So somebody in the comments, please let me know. Anyways, let's take this thing on a test run. Alright, we've got her all set up on the track now. One thing to keep in mind is this is the first time this thing is run in months. So we're going to try applying a bit of power. Wow. Very smooth. Now going through the corner it crashed on many months ago. It's just amazing to see it in one piece again. Going to give a little bit more power. Evidently that tree is in the way, so I'll have to move that later. You know, the last time this thing ran, the layout had 18 radius curves, and it seems to run a lot smoother on the 22s now. Yeah, I don't want to run at full speed again after what happened, but you can see it really is running well. Yeah, we got her back. Well folks, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm really happy with the results. We've got this thing basically all back together. We're only short the pantograph, which is something that, you know, the pantograph's a pretty brittle part, so I'm quite confident that Bachmann probably makes replacement parts, so this is something I might be able to buy at some point in the future. But I'm just happy to have the thing back, and hopefully after this, the cursings on this thing are gone, or whatever caused this thing to crash. I'm definitely going to drive it a bit more gently in the future, but I'm happy.